What's going on, family? Welcome and welcome back. Let's get right into this video about what I expected from my relationships and my partners as somebody with a severe dismissive avoidant attachment style. But first and foremost, again, welcome and welcome back. This is Dismissible Me, where I speak only about dismissive avoidant attachment from the perspective of somebody who has had a severe dismissive avoidant attachment style. So please join the journey, like, share, and subscribe for more of my content. Find me on Instagram, email me, and check the community tab in my playlist as I update and post stuff in there every single day or every time that I upload, especially daily in the community tab. Let me know where you are watching from. So again, what was I expecting from my relationships and my partners as somebody who has had a dismissive avoidant attachment style? The number one thing that I am looking for, and I feel like this comes up frequently in my videos, again, like and subscribe, check the playlist, is respect for my independence and boundaries. And again, I apologize for looking down. My notes are down here. Respect for my independence and my space, allowing me to have space, personal time to myself, allowing me to still do things by myself without feeling pressure, without guilting me into wanting to spend more time with you, or really not so much spending more time with you, but into spending less time doing the things that I've been doing for my entire life. I'm somebody who's always been alone or taken a lot of personal time, done a lot of things by myself, and that is something that's going to always be a part of who I am. Now, it is a lot easier, and I've worked on better integrating other people into my life and sharing more of myself with people more openly and more transparently, but I'm always going to need personal time, personal space, and I'm going to need somebody to respect those boundaries. But especially at my worst, definitely wanted somebody to respect those boundaries and not push me too much. Like, my independence was a big thing, having autonomy, being able to speak for myself, think for myself, or so I thought, and move very independently was majorly important. The second thing that was very big to me was minimal emotional demands. Notice how I'm leaning in as I'm saying that, because that was such a big thing. The minimal emotional demands. I'm not now, and I definitely wasn't at my absolute worst into doing much heavy emotional lifting or heavy emotional labor when it comes to relationships. And now it's because I'm in a more secure place. Now I know exactly what it is that I want, and I stand 10 toes down on my boundaries, though I am willing to compromise, right? I'm not willing to, and I've never been willing to, put up with a lot of nonsense, especially involving any type of major displays of emotions. So like temper tantrums, not a big deal. Not okay. Not a big deal. Major deal. Like temper tantrums, like screaming matches. And I'm not a person that, I don't shy away from conflict, but I don't go searching for it either. If you have a problem, I'm willing to solve it and fix it. I would say that I'm non-confrontational, but I'm not afraid of confrontation. That's how, and I'm always been like that. But how I handle confrontation as I've gotten older and matured is totally different. That heavy emotional lifting, putting all of your emotions on me, using me as your emotional regulation, depending on me for your every emotional need, calling me throughout the day because, something went wrong and you need somebody to just calm you down. That is not me. I need somebody then and now that is a lot more personally, emotionally independent. I like independence in another person. I like interdependence in my relationship. I'm responsible for me, you're responsible for you, and we come together and we enjoy the things that we enjoy about each other. Like, I like my relationships to be kind of like a vacation, and I've talked about that and some of my unrealistic expectations, but that really is a thing for me. I don't want to do a lot of heavy emotional labor. I've never felt like, and I don't now, like I need to heal someone. I've never been a person who wanted to change people. Like, oh, I see the good in them, it's my job to change them. I see the great in people. I know it's not my job to help them. If they don't see it in themselves or they don't believe in it for themselves, I know that there's nothing I can do for them. So I've never been a person that would do that. So for me, please don't ask me to do any heavy emotional labor. I'm asking you to just bring to the table emotionally, labor-wise, what I'm bringing to the table. Not expecting me to really voice my feelings or engage often in any deep emotional conversations, because they can become overwhelming. What I really needed from my partner was to understand that when I am being consistent with you, when I am showing up for you, when I am making time for you, like, cause spending a lot of time with you, or if I'm allowing you to come into my home, these are things that are acts of love from me. So please understand that, okay, actions are a language, behavior is a language, and here I am through my behavior showing you how it is that I feel. I've said it over and over again on this channel. I'm not a person that says I love you, but to a very small select few people, excuse me. And so this is part of that. Number 3. The third expectation I have had of my relationships as a severe dismissive avoidant, and now, is clear boundaries. Clear boundaries. I know where you stand and what your expectations are. You know where I stand and what my expectations are, that you are going to respect my boundaries. I'm going to respect your needs and your boundaries. Okay? Please do not try to force conversations, especially around emotions and feelings. Please do not try to force intimacy on me, whether that's feelings, emotions, and definitely not physical intimacy. Come on, let's be for real, or closeness. And beyond what it is that I'm comfortable with. Like, clear boundaries, respecting my boundaries. And at this point, with the clear boundaries, that also comes with being a good communicator. One thing I won't do anymore are people that are bad communicators, and especially a liar. I'm not giving liars second and third and 15th chances anymore. That's a definite no-no. The fourth thing that I looked for from my relationships and my partners was controlled affection. So for me, like, I understand that people want to hold hands and hug and kiss and like PDA and all that stuff, but I need non-intrusive, like, physical contact, especially if it's in a public situation. So I expect my partner to show affection in ways that don't necessarily always require me to reciprocate, or don't always require me to engage also in physical touch or emotional vulnerability. So, ouch, like I mentioned in my video about, what it's like when a dismissive avoidant is in love, when I was speaking about that particular person, like, they were a big physical touch person and needed a lot of physical affection, but I'm not like that. So for this person, I don't necessarily need a lot of physical touch, but I would like rub his leg, or I would like rub his back every night until he fell asleep, like things like that. I don't need you to physically touch me, but you need to be physically touched, so this is your thing, that kind of thing. Like, I'm never going to be a person who is comfortable with like PDA, making out, kissing in public, even just like a pet. Like, come on now, let's be for real. That's just because I'm a very private person, and I feel like there's a certain level of intimacy that just belongs behind closed doors, and it's special because it is really shared between two people. But call me crazy, that's just me. So the controlled affection, non-intrusive and or overwhelming, a show of affection in a way that feels safe and controlled. And number 5, making sure that I covered everything in number 4, is patience and understanding. So I know, and you know too if you're here at this point, that I take more time than the average person. So I am expecting my partners to know that, as again, I'm a clear communicator and very upfront. And I have been, even before I knew about attachment theory, that I had these certain behaviors that had certain consequences. And so I should just be upfront, so that people that don't like these things know upfront and they can eliminate themselves. Or that when people say that they don't like X, Y, and Z behavior, or my lack of behaviors when it comes to X, Y, and Z, I kind of explained it up front, and so that I feel comfortable when I walk away, because I laid it all out. But the patience and understanding my needs for distance, emotionally and physically, until I am ready, until I've gotten into a certain place with you, until I trust you and feel safe. Feeling safe is paramount to opening up all the doors of me being vulnerable and open and transparent. Timing is everything. The relationships where I was the closest with them, the relationships that mean the most to me and that I would even consider going back to, are the people that gave me the time and the space that I needed to feel comfortable and safe with them. So, needing to feel safe with this person, them giving me the time, my partner needing to understand that when I withdraw or ask for space and or distance, that it's not always about you and or the relationship. Sometimes it's just about me in general. And I feel like I touched on this in this video, but it may have been the last one because I'm kind of on a roll. That my withdrawing or need for space usually doesn't have anything to do with you or the relationship at all. It has to do with me. It's normal. It's part of just who I am. It's part of my regular routine, and I'm big on routines. What else? Really, my need for space is a coping strategy for me to just give some time to myself to assess certain things, kind of reset and come back to the group or come back to the relationship or come back to my person and, get back on track. I know that I need more time than most, and because I'm upfront about that and I voice that, like, I expect people to give me the time that I need as long as I'm equally compromising and trying to meet them halfway. So again, to give you the rundown of the 5 expectations that I had of my relationships and my partners as somebody with a dismissive avoidant attachment style. Number 1 is respect for my independence and space. Number 2, minimal emotional demands. Number 3, clear boundaries and good communication. Controlled affection, especially in public. And number 5, patience and understanding. So family, that is all I have for you today. Dismissive avoidance, please let me know what resonated for you. Please add to this list down in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out the community tab. Check out my playlist. Find me on Instagram. All of my links are down below in the description box. Let me know where you are watching from. And family, I will be tapping in with you very soon. Thank you so much for tapping in, and keep it real.